Hello and welcome back to We Were Wondering. I'm Fiona.
And I'm Peyton. And today we're going to go through some green and red flags.
Oh
Most
yeah.
people know what that is, but for those who don't,
Yeah.
there are very little specific things that you're like, so red flags, you're like, oh, that's like a bad thing. I need to make a mental note of that kind of thing, where like too
Yeah.
many red flags means you shouldn't be around that person, I guess.
Yeah, for example, red flag. Doesn't shower. That would be so
Yeah, but they're specific. They're not like for green flags. You're like they're a nice person
Yeah.
because it has to be like
It's
little
like
things.
holds the door open.
Yeah.
Like
Um so we're going to start with red flags cuz as we all know,
it's
we're
more
negative
fun to be a
people.
hater.
Exactly. Um I'm going to start with some general red flags. We also came up with some for each other. So these aren't necessarily relationship ones. They're kind of like people in general, but some of them might be a little more relationshipy. So my first one's pretty obvious, and I feel like most people would agree. But anybody who's rude to service people in general,
Yeah.
big red flag. That's a normal one. Not that creative, but had to put that out there.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. My grandma is kind of rude to service people.
Granny, no.
It's she doesn't listen to this. If she does, well, I don't know how she would. Um no, she's just kind of like she'll be rude to them, or she'll like talk about them when they're still there. Like we'll be at like a big like long table with like 10 people, and they'll take her order, and then they'll move on to the next person. She'll be like, I don't think that girl's worked here for very long. Like she doesn't. I'm like, oh my god, like please. She
They
like
can
is
still
right
hear you.
here, and like is she's very nice. Like so sorry,
Yeah.
grandma. Red flag.
Red flag for Granny.
Yeah. Okay, this one is like a relationship one, but also just like a general one for people. Like anyone who hasn't gone more than like or like never goes more than like a month or two without being in a relationship. Because like there are a lot of people like that who like they start dating when they're like in high school, and then like they're they just always have a boyfriend like
Mm-hmm.
constantly, like there's never more than like a 2 month max gap between it. Every time someone's like, I'm like, can you just not like be alone?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like it's like, what are you doing?
And then I
Not that it
feel,
means like the relationships are bad, but it's like,
yeah.
chill out.
And I guess in those cases, they might also just be quicker to go from like, oh, I'm going on dates to like calling it a boyfriend, you know?
Yeah, but it's also like, I like know people who will have like they'll date someone for like 6 months and they break up, and then within a month like they'll get another boyfriend and they'll date him for like a year, then they'll break up, and then within a month they're like in another relationship, and I'm like, how do you like these aren't like not like short-term relationships, but like people who
Yeah.
go from like longer relationship to longer relationship like immediately. I'm like,
I don't think I talked to that many men in that amount of time.
exactly, I don't think I do either. um but maybe I just need to get out there more. I don't know.
um, my next one is anybody who will snap to get somebody's attention. It just really bothers me. Just say something. But when it, because it also, it kind of goes hand in hand with the service thing. When people go like that for service or something versus like waiting to get attention, it just bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like really rude. Because it makes me think of
Yeah.
like people who, I mean, I'm assuming it was real, but I wasn't there. But in TV shows and movies, when like people in royalty positions will do that to like servants. And then I'm like, you just think you're so above everybody else when somebody does that.
Yeah. Yeah, just in general, like people who treat people like they're like
Lesser.
below them. I'm like,
Yeah.
get off your high horse, okay? Nobody cares.
Literally.
My next one is exclusively for men, like just for men only. Any man who like actively dislikes Taylor Swift. Like he doesn't need to like Taylor Swift, but if he like is like, no, I don't like Taylor Swift, it's fine if girls don't like Taylor Swift. Like whatever, I guess you don't have to like her. But if a guy like is like actively doesn't like Taylor Swift, I'm
Yeah.
like, do you not like women? Like what do you
Yeah.
have against females? Like if you're a
Right.
man, you have to at least tolerate Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Like you can't hate her.
Otherwise, it's sexist.
Yeah, I think if a guy like doesn't like Taylor Swift, there's got to be some reason behind it, and the reason has got to be that he just doesn't like women having fun. So
Right.
that's how I feel.
No, that makes sense. My next one goes back to last week's episode, but if they have a mullet, it's a red flag.
Yeah, unless it's like an artsy mullet. Like I feel like for me, if they have like, well, no, because there's like two different kinds of people who
I
get
know.
mullets.
I'm laughing because that's what you said in the last
Yeah.
episode.
Well, because I still stand by. Well, because like I don't necessarily like it if it's like an artsy mullet, but like if it's like they have a mullet and I can tell it's because they're like country, that's a
Yeah.
red flag to me. But if they have a mullet, but it's like they're like
It also, I think,
I don't know.
depends on the degree of mullet. Like, sometimes just having slightly
Yeah.
shorter sides is fine. Like, that's not that big of
Yeah.
a deal. But if it's full mullet, I'm just not a fan.
Yeah,
Even more artsy mullets, I don't think it's as much a red flag for them as a person, but it's a turn off.
yeah. No, I agree. I still don't like them, but like I wouldn't. It's not as much of a red flag.
Yeah.
Okay, my next red flag is when someone never lets me have aux. Like, I understand. No, like obviously in other people's cars, like I feel like the person who's driving is the person who like plays the music.
Right.
But like there's some people who always want to play music. I'm like, you've got to give me a chance. Also because like I don't listen. There's some people who just don't like really listen to music. That's fine. I get it. And then you can take their aux all you want. But like I listen to music. Like you can tell me to play a song, but don't always want to play your playlist. We've got to listen to my playlist sometimes too.
I think
and
if
I like
somebody
my playlist.
doesn't listen to music and while they're driving, I think they're a sociopath.
No,
What do
I
you
meant
do?
more not like sit in silence, but like there are people who like don't listen to music, you know, so they don't like have music that they don't care about the music that's playing in their car. Like people who don't listen to music in their free time, and so they might just like play like generic. Like if you're like listen to like kind of radio type songs, like you don't listen to
Right.
music and you like don't care what you're playing.
That's fair.
One of my roommates sometimes like drives in silence. It's actually like at times it's kind of nice.
I don't need to be
Like
alone with my thoughts.
No, but like sometimes I do, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, I just need to like sit here and like my mind is just completely blank.
I don't
Usually,
think my mind is
I like
capable
music.
of being blank. Because if I'm not if I'm not thinking about something like relevant to my life, I'm thinking about like fictional scenarios. So there's never silence up here.
No, sometimes I just need to like sit and like stare directly at the road and have no thoughts. To be clear, I never do this while I'm driving, but I understand. Sometimes in my roommate's car, I'm like, no, I kind of like this. Like, I like us sitting in total silence, no music on, staring at the street.
That's fair. I think I still just play music because I'm also like decently good at just tuning it out if I'm thinking about something, and then maybe I feel less
Yeah.
awkward not talking than if there's like silence.
Yeah. Once again, there's always music going in my car. Like, I would never, and I feel like I wouldn't like it if there wasn't music in my car.
Yeah. My next one is when somebody only calls their partner baby, like, all the time. And, like, that's fine. Use whatever little nickname. But when you're just, like, when it's, like, 2 p.m. on a Thursday and you're just with a group of people and you're just calling them baby, like, it's weird and I don't like it. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, something's wrong in their relationship.
Yeah, it is a little odd. I'm like,
hmm
eh. It like because it's somehow I'm like it feels like you're not treating them as like an equal with the
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I
I don't
agree. I
like
don't like
baby
that.
in general, but when they like overuse it, it's more like less I don't like it and more red flag.
Mhm. Okay, my next one is also this is very much like in a relationship, not in a friendship because I feel like this doesn't really apply. But like anyone who needs like constant updates as to like what I'm doing, what's
hmm
going on, I just don't. And like not that like obviously if I'm like doing something, like if I'm like oh going out somewhere, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, like I'm going to go do this." Whatever, but
hmm
like I don't need to text you like 80 times a day like, "Oh, I'm going grocery shopping. I'm watching a movie now." Like I don't
Yeah.
ugh. Me and one of my roommates were talking with my other roommate the other day, and we were like, I just like the thought of like getting a good morning text every morning and having to respond to it is just like I don't want to text you like just because. Like, what am I
Yeah.
supposed to say? Oh my god, like good morning.
I'm gonna start
And then my
texting
other,
you good morning for the next week,
I,
every morning.
I probably will not reply, but
Nah, I'm used to that.
yeah, yeah. Really, in a relationship, don't expect me to text back much because I don't like
the
to. But
Whenever
no,
people
my other roommate, she
text,
was like,
sorry.
oh, I was gonna say my other roommate, she was like, oh, like no, it's like sweet, like you want to like you talk to them in the morning, like a little like how was your day? I'm like, no, I don't. Like I don't want to do that. Like,
No.
I understand like the thought is like sweet, but I
hmm
just don't need to like constantly be connected.
Yeah. Whenever anybody sends a "What are you doing?" text, I'm like, why? Like, why do you need to know? What are Lead with your question. Like, if you're gonna ask me to
Yeah.
do something, lead with that. Don't Or like, what are you doing on this day? Well, that's entirely dependent on what you say next. Like, because I deserve the right to say no.
Yeah, I do kind of agree with cuz yeah, I would like at first I was going to be like, "Oh, like I don't know, what are you doing on this day?" That's pretty like
hmm
they're like doing something, but then it's no, I agree. I got hit with a what are you doing tonight text from one of my friends one time, and I was like, oh, like she like wants to hang out, and it was like, oh, like not much. I have some homework, but I'm probably just gonna be home all night. And then she hit me with a, okay, perfect. Can you watch my dog?
hmm
No. Like I would have said yes to hanging out. I don't want to watch your dog.
Yeah.
And then I did anyways. So,
Yeah.
but then I was like, why did I say I was gonna be at home doing homework? Like that's like perfect.
Yeah.
I should have been like, oh, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I maybe have crazy plans tonight.
Yeah. I usually just, if I send, like, are you busy at this time or whatever, if they don't respond, like, right away, then I say the, like, because I'm doing this thing, or because this, like, I tend to lead with the thing, and then when other people don't do that to me,
Mm-hmm.
it really annoys me. Less a red flag, I guess, in that scenario, but just annoying. um, my next red flag is if they wear flip flops with pants, like long pants, specifically jeans. um,
Yeah.
no, doesn't need more explanation than that.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, not much else to say about that one. Um, my next one was Oh, okay. So this needs a little bit of context. So me and my roommates like to go on like Hinge and like Tinder and unsuccessfully, mostly unsuccessfully find men. Successful for some of us. I'm not one of them. I don't respond to anyone. So sorry to anyone who has ever messaged me because I have not responded. But I'm going to go over a couple of my red flags in dating profiles that make me say immediately no. And this is also probably the reason why it's not successful for me, because I have a lot of like, absolutely not. Like the second I see it, it's over. One, any shirtless picture. Sorry, don't like it. Any like hunting picture. No. On Hinge, you can put like more information about yourself. So you can put like your like political views, like religion, job, whether or not you want kids. Like there's a lot of like information you can put. If they say moderate, no. Uh, because
What are they hiding?
yeah, no, because moderate means conservative, and I'm convinced that's what it, like on Hinge it means conservative. I don't think in like real life. I think saying you identify as moderate is very valid. But if I see it on Hinge, I assume you're conservative, and I do not send a like. I've got a lot of others, but there are a lot of like immediate rejections for me that maybe should not be.
Fiona doesn't like hunting pictures, but she does like fish boy pictures.
Yeah, I really love when men like pose with a fish.
Anyways, my next one is anybody who's a one-upper, where like good or bad, like if you tell them a story and you're like complaining about something and then they have to follow it with how their thing is worse, or then on the flip side, like if you accomplish something they like accomplish something better. Like anybody who feels the need to follow up a story with like something slightly more extreme in any situation, no matter how small. Like sometimes it is the most insignificant thing, but somebody like they're just a one-upper.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, I've had such a bad day. Like, my cat died. And they're like, oh my god, yeah. Like, I failed my test and my whole family perished in a fire. And it's like, you didn't need to bring that up.
Perfect example.
Yeah, and to be clear, this is a real situation. This is actually what Peyton is describing. Was this happened? It was me whose whole family perished in a fire, and Peyton's cat died. And then she was like, "I don't want to hear about your family. Don't try to one up me." Nice.
Like it was a full year
I got
ago. Get over it.
Families perish in fires all the time, okay?
Yeah. It's part of life.
Okay, now I'm kind of going off the grid now, if you will.
Okay.
Off
Bye,
the list.
I guess.
Not off the grid. Not off the grid. I have a lot of things that are like very specific to like just men. Like even in my head, like the one I'm about to say, I'm like, I feel like it's okay if girls do this, but when guys only wear like 3 shirts, like I feel like I know a lot of guys who exclusively wear the same like 3 t-shirts and like nothing else. My brother is one of them, so sorry Holden, but I just think you could wear something else every once in a while.
Yeah. I fully understand what you mean. However, when you first said when guys only wear 3 shirts, I thought you meant like at once. And I was like, how many shirts do you wear? I was picturing like
men should
layering.
wear at least 4 shirts at once. Like if you're a man, you can't just wear 3, you have to wear 4.
Yeah, I agree. And usually they're just like not It's not like they just wear like a black t-shirt all the time. It's like they wear a t-shirt with a very specific like logo or printed thing on it where it's like very obviously the same shirt.
Uh-huh. Or it's always, yeah, like a brightly colored one too, or I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, your shirt is either purple or blue because those are the only two shirts you own.
Yeah. My next one is kind of a two-parter, but somebody who is such an extreme fan of a celebrity that they know like intense things about their personal life. It's normal to have phases where you're like into a certain celebrity. But when they never let it go and they like are loyal to a fault in like a creepy way to the same celebrity for like ever and they just know a ton of like personal my actual thought was Taylor Swift. But like people who just are so intense about like being a fan of somebody.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that like it kind of goes even with the like one upping, like people who like you say you
Yeah.
like something and they're like, I like it more. Like, let me tell you about it. And I'm
Name
like,
5 of their
chill.
songs.
Yeah, literally.
I liked
I'm like,
the
okay.
Barbie movie ones where it was like girls to guys like, "Oh, you're going to see the Barbie movie? Oh, well, have you seen all 3 of the Fairytopia movies? Do you even know who Bibble is?" Like treating it how stereotypically guys treat like bands.
Uh-huh.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
This one is kind of stupid, but if I text someone and the text is green, why don't you have an iPhone? You freak.
I don't know if I fully agree. However,
I just
I get it.
I just like no, it's like it's sometimes like when I text someone for the first time and it's green, it's like a jump scare to me cuz and obviously to be clear, I'm not judging anyone who doesn't have an iPhone. Some people genuinely don't want one or like iPhones are like crazy expensive now, especially
Yeah.
the new ones. So listen, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it is a little bit scary to see a green text.
You just
And
expect it to be blue, you know?
yeah, I expect it to be blue. And then, like if I'm in a group chat and I'm like, oh, it's a green group chat, that's even worse.
Yeah, kick them out. If
Yeah,
it's a
I'd
group
rather
chat.
have an all blue group chat.
Because then you can't name the group chat. You can't put a picture on the
No.
group chat. Yeah.
If everybody
No.
likes a message, like it sends like a little,
Yeah.
it's
It sends
horrible.
a whole message to say somebody liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get the group chat one. Um my next one is more somebody like somewhat close to you, not just like random people. But when they never initiate plans, this could also just be like a pet peeve more than a red flag. But like, do you not want to hang out with me? Like, initiate plans. That's me.
No, I agree. I feel like my biggest issue with this is always like making group plans
Mm-hmm.
because like it's just so hard to coordinate plans with a group. And if you're coordinating plans with a group who doesn't like to coordinate plans, I'm like, why am I doing all this work
Yeah.
all the time? Like, someone just name a place, name a time. It's not that hard.
Yeah. I have one
Okay,
more general red flag on my list.
yeah, I'm kind of out of my list, but I will still share just in general
Mm-hmm.
because I like to share things.
That's nice.
Um, if I'm like stressed about something and someone tells me to like chill out, I'm like, no, you chill out. Like, why would you say that to
They
me?
hit you with a calm down.
Yeah, or or they hit me with a I just like I don't understand why you're so stressed out about this. I'm like, no, like neither do I. And
Get
to
on
be
board
clear,
though.
like I definitely when people are like like when my friends are stressed about things sometimes I'm like I'll hit them with it like it's okay. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's really like it's not that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be okay. Like you're gonna be fine. Whatever. But I'm never
Mm-hmm.
like when people try to like invalidate my stress about it. Like
Yeah.
I'm never going to be like, you literally don't need to be anxious. Like why are you so like
Yeah.
anxious? Like calm down. I'm going to be instead be like it's going to be okay. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
not the end of the world. We're going to move past it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
There's a difference between like rationalizing something somebody's stressed out to try and help them and like belittling and dismissing it. One time, this was referenced very recently, but I think it was like New Year's last year. So you probably weren't there if it was New Year's. But everybody was drinking a little bit, but nobody was crazy, you know? And we were playing a game, and then I said something, and I said it very like normally. I said like, "Oh, it's your turn, you need to go," or something like that. And then she goes, "You need to calm down." And I was like, I'm so calm right now. Like, I don't know. And that's also when you are calm and somebody tells you to calm down, you're like, what's
yeah.
happening?
No, then it's even more annoying because I'm like, I understand, like, maybe I said something that made it seem like, or like my tone made it
Mm-hmm.
seem like I'm not chill. But also, when you tell me to chill, it makes me want to not chill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. My next one is anybody who's able to sleep past like 1:30 p.m. When people are like, "Oh, I got up at 2 or I got up at 3." When did you go to bed? Like how did you if you went to bed at 7 a.m. and then you're still asleep at like 2 or 3? That's like a normal night's sleep. Get up.
For me, I don't think that's like a red flag. I just don't understand it because I'm someone like I wake up at like the same time, like on the dot, pretty much every morning. But two of my roommates are very much like sleeping late. Like I have one roommate who like she will go to bed at a reasonable time and sometimes she will wake up at like 3 p.m. and she will sleep the whole day.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm like
How?
that's her body just needs. I don't know. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's like a red flag for me at all. I just think it's like maybe because I live with a bunch of people who will
Yeah.
sleep. I
Maybe
wish
it's
I
a
could
red
sleep that
flag.
late. Sometimes I think
I
I need that
don't.
much sleep. I
I'm
wish I could
like,
just like once. I think it would like
yeah.
rejuvenate me. Like I don't want it to be a regular thing because I know my roommate who always sleeps in late gets like annoyed that she sleeps in that late
Yeah.
because she doesn't like want to. But I
When
would
I
like to do
sleep
it like
in
just once.
till if I get to like 10, then I wake up and I'm pissed off that I slept that long. Cuz I'm like I just wasted like good hours of the day. And I don't stay up. I mean, I've been staying up late a little bit recently, but like generally I don't stay up late. So when I sleep that much, I'm like, okay, I know I really needed it, but like I'm annoyed.
Exactly. I had that mindset for a very long time, and I've been trying to move past it lately because I think my body is tired. Not that I mean I still wake up at the same time, but I'm trying to
Yeah.
feel. I used to feel like I was like I need to wake up at like 8 a.m. every day, and I don't feel like that anymore, and I'm glad I don't because
Yeah.
I don't need to. But I understand. I don't get how people sleep that late. I feel like when like as soon as there's light in my room, I'm awake.
That is all I have for general red flags. I have some for you.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first? Do you want to go first?
You can go first because I think you have more. So
Okay. Um, First red flag is that you will walk into an ice cream shop that has like 20 options and you will choose cotton candy.
that's like normal. Cotton candy is one of the most popular flavors. What do you
Is
choose?
not.
Stupid? Is one of the most popular flavors? Yes, it is.
Cotton candy?
Is yeah, it's a very popular flavor.
It's only in the ice cream shops
What?
that have like 20 flavors. If one has like
Yeah,
five
well,
or six, there's not
if
going to be
it
cotton candy.
well, yeah, it's gonna be like chocolate and vanilla. But if it's a good ice cream shop, it's gonna have cotton candy. What do you pick?
I'd switch it up. I get coffee
Okay, between.
sometimes. I
Okay,
get
ew.
I like I like calm down. I
Gross. Who gets that actually is a red. Who the hell gets coffee ice cream? I'm not gonna lie. Every time you order it, I'm like, that sounds disgusting.
Have you ever had coffee ice cream?
Yes, and I'm like, if I want ice cream, I want something sweet like cotton candy.
I order like an adult. You order like a 6-year-old.
You You order like you're trying to be cool, and I order like I want to follow my passions, okay?
I get multiple flavors, just not cotton candy.
I think cotton candy is such a respectable flavor. I never knew you had this opinion.
It's like when
I've
children
never met
get
someone
like
who's a cotton candy hater.
nerds or gummy bears on ice cream.
No, it is not the same because that is so gross. Cotton candy is like I have lots of friends who get cotton candy. I don't think this is a popular opinion, Peyton.
I think it is.
I think this is just a you thing.
It is. That's why it's on my list.
Well, okay, I just disagree. I have lots of friends who would get cotton candy, and I have one friend who would get coffee, and it's you. So, who's winning now?
Me?
No.
What's your next one?
Anyways, my first red flag for you is that you go home every weekend. Why?
I've gone home twice this year.
Which is less than usual, I feel.
Listen, I live closer to home than you do by a considerable amount. And so I go home to see my family.
I like my family too, but I don't like driving home. It's like a chore.
Okay, well, I stand by it. My next one for you is that you would rather hang out with people after like a long day of work when you're tired and worn out than on a day where you don't work. Like, you have to earn hanging out with people. And on the days where you do work and hang out, you cram so much into one day. And then when you have a day off, you're like so exhausted that you don't want to do anything.
No, because it's not even that I'm so exhausted. It's that I like having my time alone, you know? So if I already have a busy day, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to knock everything out today. And, like, I'm already busy, you know? I'm already in the mindset of, like, I'm talking to people, I'm doing things. Compared to, like, if I have a day off, like, I love spending time alone. Mm-hmm. So then I would, like, I want to savor that time. Hey, I understand that it's strange, but I stand by it. I stand by it. I feel like I need to savor my me time. My next red flag for you. Okay. Imagine you're getting into Peyton's car. Like, Peyton's picking you up. Like, what is she listening to? It's pretty much exclusively show tunes. And it's always, like, whenever I get in, it's always, like, not, like, weird show tunes, but, like, not vibe appropriate show tunes. Like, it'll be, like, some like slow song and then she won't change it, which is fine. You can listen to your music. I like your music.
I've started changing my music when Fiona gets into my car. I will listen to something, because also a lot of times the times when I wouldn't change it would be times where I'm not driving you that far. Like, there were multiple times I'd pick you up to, like, go to somebody else's house or something like that, and then I won't change it. But yeah, she'd get in my car and it would be playing, like, the soundtrack to Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812. And she's like, what is this?
Yeah, and I'm like, every time I'm like, okay, turn up.
Yeah, I don't love mainstream music very much. And so the songs that I do find, like, I like, as far as mainstream people, like, I like Billie Eilish. I'll listen to, like, random artists, but I'll have, like, specific songs. And then I'll wear those out and then it will take me a really long time to find more mainstream music I'm okay with listening to. So in the in-between times, I just shuffle various soundtracks.
Yeah, actually, that's what makes it like worse is that it's always on shuffle. So it'll go from
Yeah.
like some like slow like belty song to like something
Yeah.
like upbeat, and I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, that's true. My next one is that you're a dog hater.
I'm not a dog hater. I just like I had a traumatizing experience with a dog, and I don't want a dog for myself.
Yeah.
I'm not a hater. I love your dogs. I think they're very sweet. I would like your dogs like to have as a dog. Not for
But you
not
never
for
want a dog.
myself. No, and I think that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a hater. I just don't want
No,
one.
I
for
accept you
myself.
and your red flags.
Okay, my next red flag for you is actually kind of more of a red flag for me.
Okay.
But they tie together. It's that you text me like 80 times a day, but as of my red flag for myself, I don't respond.
Yeah.
And actually, I think I've been better lately, and you don't spam me, so
Yeah, I was gonna say 80 is a little intense.
yeah.
Like maybe 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. The amount of times where I have thought to myself, like, I'm gonna stop texting Fiona. Like, I'm not gonna text her for like a week and just see if she notices. And then like an hour later, I'll send you a text and I'll be like, damn it, I forgot. I was supposed to be ghosting you.
No, and to be clear, I appreciate your texts. Mm-hmm. Like even when I don't respond for hours, I appreciate them. And
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take back one of my green flags for you later. We'll get to it.
Is it that I respond to all of them?
It's that you'll respond to each of my texts, not just the most recent one. But I take it back.
I like your text. No, it's a joking red flag, and it's really
Yes.
it would be less of a red flag if I texted back. Really, it's the fact that you like triple text me.
Yeah. If one day you went to text me and let's say hypothetically it was a Friday. No, it was a Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And you were like, "Oh, she hasn't texted me since like last Wednesday." How concerned would you be if I went like almost a week without texting you?
I would be concerned, but then I also think by then, like, I would have texted you at some point,
yeah,
you know?
That's true.
Like, I think I text you a decent amount, but it's overshadowed by the fact that you text me more, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I would say even if you didn't text me, I would probably text you at least, like, every other day, you know?
Yeah.
So.
I'll pick a random week this semester and we'll have a little social experiment.
Okay.
My next one for you, I don't actually really think is a current thing. Again, this is one that's like kind of been on our list for a long time, so I wrote a couple down like over the course of time. This was more a phase of your life, but there was a phase where like you just had this weird emotional connection to Dr. Pepper. And you would send texts like not periodically, but randomly. You'd be like, yeah, I was like so exhausted, but I had my Dr. Pepper and it revitalized me.
It does. I think it's the sugar. Like orange juice does the same thing to me.
Yeah.
I like it.
A secondary red flag then is that you'll go like hours without eating or drinking anything, and then you'll be so shocked by how much better you feel afterwards. You're like, I just needed to eat. That's crazy. I feel energized. As if that's not like the point of food.
Yeah, that one is kind of bad. It's never intentional. Like, I'm usually pretty good about the whole, but it'll be like we're doing something, you know?
Or you'll get busy doing stuff,
I'm like, oh, like, I didn't have lunch.
Yeah. That's understandable. It's the shock that, like, you feel better afterwards.
listen, you never know how bad it makes you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my next red flag for you is that you're a theater major.
Listen,
I just think that's something
I
we could
get
work
it.
on.
It's too late now. I'm graduating in a matter of months. No, it's okay. I've had multiple mental breakdowns this week. I'm with you.
Yeah.
This is my last one for you. The
Okay.
fact that it has been almost 8 months and you have still not told a single person that this podcast exists.
Listen, now I'm too far into it.
I know it's gotten too far and now it just won't stop.
Because it's like, what do I like? So, yeah, for the past, like, year,
Yeah.
it was my, like, YouTube is hooked up to the TV downstairs, and it was recommended on the thing, like, on the little feed, and I was like, I wonder if anyone's gonna, like, nothing. I don't think people pay attention
Just
to
not
me.
very observant.
Yeah. Yeah, which is good for me. Yeah, it's like now at this point, I'm like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I
Just
like to
wait
be
till people
mysterious.
figure it out.
Yeah. I like to keep things a mystery. Okay. Well, my last one for you is that I think you love your dogs more than you love most people in your life.
Oh, I 100% do. I would take, not even just my dogs, I would take most dogs over most people. I don't like people.
Okay, so like there's a fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the house, like everyone is like, running out. You can either save all 4 of your dogs, like you scoop them up, or your mom. Who do you pick?
I trust my mom to get herself out more than my dogs.
No, but like in this situation, like they're both like they're stuck in a room, and you can only like they're like stuck under something, and you only have enough time to like either go to the right and like pull all your dogs out, or go to the left and pull your mom out. Who do you help?
I would help all of them or die trying.
And let your mom die?
All of them. My mom and dogs, or I would die in the process. I'm not.
No,
I'm not leaving
have
either
to
of them.
pick.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, Peyton's mom, if you're listening.
Mom, I would help. No, I would help my mom, and then my mom would help me help the dogs.
No, but she can't. Like, she's stuck in
This
fire.
is a logical explanation for your scenario.
No, it's a this or that, and you can't escape the rules.
I'm not playing.
Once again, if you're listening, you know where Peyton stands. Her silence speaks volumes.
It's not silence. I just wouldn't choose. Should we bring some positivity?
I know. I was gonna say we're at a solid 48 minutes.
Oh,
So
that's a bummer. Do you want to just do a really long episode and people can bail whenever they want?
I was like, do we want to just like, well, okay, to be honest, I don't have a lot of green flags. I was kind of planning on coming up with most of them on the fly.
Okay, we can just go quick.
So
I'm gonna start with
do a little.
I'm gonna start with general green flags. I'm gonna skip that one. Green flag, likes dogs. Do you want to go, if any you have, or do you want me to just read off?
Then I'll say
Okay.
green flag likes cats.
Okay. Green flag, responds to texts quickly.
Sorry. Green flag, and this is just an opposite of my red flag, lets me play my music. Always.
Okay. Green flag, doesn't take themselves too seriously.
Okay, green flag also listens to good music, so I guess they don't have to play my music always. They could occasionally play their own, but it has to be
It has to
good.
be good. Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mine's good. You just don't like it. um, green flags. Actually, that one is more one for you. Green flag. Somebody who's generally self-aware. When people like are
Mm-hmm.
way too loud for the room they're in, or like things like that bother me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as to say red flag, but they bother me. And it's a green flag when people the two kind of go together. Like they don't take themselves too seriously, but they're generally self-aware.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree. I agree. Um, green flag. This is okay. This is more for guys than for girls, but just in general, compliments like outfits. Because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like then it's like okay, like you're actually like paying attention. Also,
Mm-hmm.
you think I'm cool. I appreciate
I
that.
agree. Green flag doesn't hold grudges. You can remember, because I remember like everything, but doesn't hold it against people for like ever.
Uh huh. Green flag is always on time.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that. That would be red flag when people are always late.
Yeah. This is the one that I have under general, but it also is similar to one I said for you, I think. But somebody who like will gossip because it's fun, but they're not mean about it, and then at the end of the gossip session, you're like, "But who am I to judge?" You know? Like you're just a
Yeah.
light-hearted gossip sesh.
Yeah, I agree. As long as you're not like just talking shit for no reason, I feel like if
Yeah.
there's something that a like something that prompts it, then it's like.
Mm-hmm.
But the kind of people who I'm like, you're just looking to start
Yeah.
drama,
Exactly.
then no. Those were kind of all my big kind of general ones.
Mm-hmm.
If we want to do more specific.
Okay. Um, I like that, and some of this is green flag, some of it's just like, I like it. But I guess it's a green flag that you don't have to like be doing something or like have a specific plan. Like you can just be in the same room and it's chill.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree. I agree. My green flag for you is that you A, always remember birthdays, and B, are always really good with birthday gifts. I think it's just a good sign in people.
Yeah. One green flag for you is that you can predict what I'm gonna say. Like, you know, there have been multiple times where, like, something has happened, and for whatever reason, like, I can't say something in the moment. And like I said, I hold on to things. So I'll, like, bring it up later, and you'll be like, I knew that's what you were thinking. Or you'll be like, I was waiting for you to bring that up. I remember one time we were driving, or I was driving, and somebody, like, cut me off, and then you were mid-story, so I didn't say anything. And then, like, 2-3 minutes later,
Uh-huh.
it was like, but what the hell was that truck doing? And then you were like, I knew you were going to bring it back up. Like, you know that I'm going to come and talk to you about something that happened without me
Uh-huh.
actually having to do it.
No, because I feel like I can always sense it, and then I'm like, okay, like, I'm not going to bring it up just
Mm-hmm.
in case you don't want to bring it up. But then as soon as you do, I'm like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I knew that was bothering you.
Yeah, I'm not subtle.
Mine for you is, and this kind of goes into one of your red flags, is that you're a planner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're good at like planning things out, making
Mm-hmm.
sure like things get done, making sure like there's things to do. I feel like I'm probably more than half of the things that we do would not happen without your initiative, which I appreciate. Because
Thanks.
sometimes I can't make decisions because I get scared, and I feel like you're less fearful, and that's good in a person.
Thank you. Another green flag for you is that you're pretty honest. So when I'm like, there's two different examples. One, like, in a lighthearted situation, you won't, like, pretend you understand what I'm saying. You'll be like, I don't have a clue what you're trying to say right now. Or, like, just, I don't know. Some people are fake and will, like, pretend they agree with you or pretend they know what you're talking about. And then also in more, like, not serious, but slightly more serious situations, you'll be like, I understand why you'd feel this way, but I don't know that I agree with you. And I think that that's good.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, because sometimes I feel like I catch myself, like, starting to agree with something, and then I'm like, no, I don't. I feel like I do it less with, like, people I'm friends with, but I, like, catch myself when I'm talking to other people. I'm like, why did I say that?
I just have a tendency to be quiet. Like, if I don't agree with something somebody's saying, I'll just shut up. Not in every situation, but in ones where it doesn't matter. I'm like, that's not worth it.
Yeah. No, fair. My final one for you is that you're a good listener. I like to ramble. I think we both like to ramble.
Yeah.
And I never feel like I'm being too rambly when I'm talking to you, because then I'm like I feel like you you don't mind me rambling, and that you're, like, actually, like, paying attention to what I'm saying, compared to sometimes I feel like when you're talking to people, you can tell that they are not listening.
Right.
Like, I feel like that's, like, the worst feeling, when I'm, like, halfway through a story and I'm like, they don't care.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you've got to finish the story, you're halfway through.
Yeah, and then it's just awkward.
Yeah.
You're the same way. I didn't have it on the list, but yeah.
Thanks.
We're so cute.
Anyways, I'm really excited to not talk to you after that.
Yeah, I'm not texting you for, like, a week. Anyways. So that's the end of our red and green flags. Let us know if you agree with us, and also if you have any new ones you'd like to add.
Yes. Also,
do you like cotton candy ice cream?
Yeah,
Are you a dog or cat person?
Let me know your thoughts on cotton candy ice cream, because that one really cut deep for me.
That was the first one I put on the list, because we had gone to get ice cream and you got it, and I had the thought of, like, and then I added it. But yeah, that's the really divisive one, apparently, from this whole thing. I wasn't expecting, like, the passion.
It caught me off guard.
So that's the big question. Let us know where you stand on cotton candy ice cream.
Yeah. Specifically, let us know on Instagram, TikTok. You know the drill.
Yeah, visual on Spotify and YouTube if you're interested. Hey. And we'll see you next week. Anyways, bye.
Bye.